there. My name is Michelle Mercier, and I'm the CEO and president of the Marlborough Regional Chamber of Commerce. And welcome to another membership spotlight. Today, I'm excited to welcome Ryan Gagne, the owner and operator of Venture X Marlborough, to the show. Ryan, welcome.
Well, Michelle, thank you for having me.
Of course.
This is fantastic.
No, I'm excited about this conversation because I really thoroughly enjoy your business. So I think it's wonderful. But before we kind of jump into the business, tell us a little bit about your professional background and kind of what brought you to Venture X.
That's a fantastic question. I think myself, much like a lot of other people, careers, evolve.
They do,
And
yes.
sometimes turn right or turn left. I started my career in predominantly global banking.
Oh, wow.
I worked for State Street Corporation for almost 8 years. And in there, I went from their traditional fund accounting and daily valuation 401k business over to electronic currency trading in the late 90s.
Wow.
So it was really cool pioneering
Yeah.
type experience for me. And it really gave me the opportunity to take a step back and look at things in a more entrepreneurial spirit.
Sure.
And then from there, I moved from one startup to the next, and 6 in total over
Wow.
the course of another 15 years.
Wow. That's a lot of energy.
A lot of energy, some wins, and unfortunately some
Of
losses.
course. Yeah.
And I got to a point in my life that I said, I don't like these losses
Yeah.
because I was more of a product of the situation,
Sure.
not having ownership in the business.
Yeah.
Being an employee and the company turning around and saying we're shutting up, closing down,
Can't
or
control it.
can't control that.
Yeah.
And people say I'm a little bit of a control freak. I say, no, I just like to be in charge of things.
Well, and you like it the way you like it. That's all.
Yeah.
No harm, no foul.
Right. So I said, I was like, I'm done with somebody else choosing my destiny.
Sure.
And at that point, that was about 2016. And I said to myself, what do I want to do? And soul searched for about a year
Yeah.
and connected with a business broker and said, let's look at businesses. And I looked at it, took a hard look at about 6 different types of businesses.
Okay.
And some of them made sense. Some of them I was like, not with a 6-foot stick,
Yeah. Yeah.
because just businesses run on their own ways. And
Mhm.
some of them, and a lot for me, if it made sense, then I was like, okay, I could get behind it.
Right.
And the business that really made the most sense for me was a small office leasing business.
Sure.
I come from down by Providence, and Marlborough's a nice commute. It's
Yeah.
just enough of a commute here to get to turn off home and turn on work, and
Yeah.
vice versa
Good
on the way
transition.
home.
Yeah.
Great, yeah. But this business that I was looking at, unfortunately, it was already an established business, had been in operation for 20 plus years, and the books looked good and the business looked healthy,
Right.
and I could get behind it, but it was an hour and 15 minutes without traffic
Wow.
each way.
Yeah.
And I said,
That's a commitment.
yeah, my kids were a little bit younger. I was still actively involved in either coaching or watching them in
Yeah.
their extracurricular sports
Mhm.
and whatnot. And I was like, yeah, no, that's not going to work. I had already lived that life, getting on a train at
Yeah,
6:30 in the morning and heading into Boston and coming home, and walking in the door at 6:15, 6:30, 7
Right.
o'clock at night, or getting on a plane and disappearing for 3-4 days.
That's
at a club.
exhausting. Yeah.
So I said, I love it, but it's too far away. And at that point, that's when Aaron Fox, the Trans World Business Advisor,
Mm-hmm.
said, well, what about Venture X? I said, well, what's that? And he goes, well, you can set up a workspace wherever you want.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, well, that's interesting.
Tell me more.
Yeah, tell me more. And ironically, or I don't know, ironically, maybe more conveniently, through those years of working in global banking and working in different aspects of it, I worked from home. I worked from home in a private office. I was working from home in an open concept house at that
Oh,
point.
wow.
I worked on the world's largest co-working desks. So if those who don't know co-working is you just walk in and sit down at a desk and the Wi-Fi is available and maybe there's some additionals and you do your work and jump into a phone room if you need it, or a meeting room or something like
Mhm.
that. And when you're done, you pick up your stuff, you put it back in the bag and you go home.
Yeah.
Well, if you're familiar with institutional trading, that's a trading desk.
Yeah.
And you'll go and sit on a trading desk, and it might be assigned a seat. You'll have a couple monitors. You'll plug your laptop in. You'll work for the day, and you get up and you go home. And I did that. I worked on some of the world's largest trading desks. So working in a communal space like that, and working in from home, and then working in private offices, and at some points traveling and bouncing into different workspaces and
Hmm.
bouncing into meeting rooms that I'd never been in before, needed to get onto a screen or
Right.
bring in a projector or whatever the AV was. Because mind you, this was all the way back to the year 2000,
Yeah. Yeah.
pre-Wi-Fi, right? For
Yeah.
the most part, is how do we connect to this? How do we show our system? How do we do these things and all that? And the anxiety and the stress that came along with
Right.
that, I could relate it instantaneously to somebody coming in.
Yeah.
And them not being familiar with the technology, and they're trying to get onto the Wi-Fi today, trying to get their screen up onto the monitor in the room, or connect to the Zoom call
Hmm.
that they're in.
Yep.
And if you're a lawyer or a business person in one fashion, way or another, in some cases you're not necessarily a tech expert,
No,
especially
that's not
into
your expertise. No, you're good at your job. You're good at your trade. Yeah.
exactly. And coming into a different space, it's even more
Sure.
anxiety ridden, and it's even more stressful.
Hmm.
You're got to go in and perform, and some people they're out of their element.
Yeah. Yeah.
So seeing Venture X for the first time back in 2017, just as it had just become a franchise, and they had a handful of locations in the South, and touring a few of them, and seeing the vision that the Diamond family, who were the original founders of the business, the
Hmm.
vision that they had and the concept they had taken, and then when it was brought into the franchise world from United Franchise Group,
Yeah.
I could see the direction that it was going
Sure.
in 2017. So I said, sure,
I'm in.
I'm in.
Yeah.
And pushed all my chips in, literally, at the time. And I was like, okay, well,
This better work.
this better work. And well, I mean, here we are. Fast forward,
That's crazy.
7+ years later, 6 solid years of operations in our 7th now,
Which is great. That's
doing
impressive.
phenomenally. It's just gangbusters
Awesome.
at our Apex Center location
Yeah.
here. It's just been a blessing. But I think, with success, you don't get there
No.
just on luck.
No, it's not easy. I think that's the number one thing is resilience. You have to have a bit of resilience to get through to it, right? Would you say that that's probably upwards there of like one of the top traits that an entrepreneur needs or business owner needs?
Resilience and patience,
Patience. Yeah, that's a great one
you
too.
have to, and they kind of go hand in hand.
Yeah, very true.
Sometimes you have to be patient in order for resilience to actually work.
That's true. That's
You know.
very, very true. And take some deep breaths while you're at it, while
Oh,
you're doing it.
my wife says it all the time. She's like, "Why do you sigh so much?" I says, "I got to get that
You gotta
out so I
release
can
it.
wait
Yeah,
to make it work."
it makes you a stronger leader. That way too, to exhale a little bit, right? So tell us more about Venture X. What do you offer? I know you guys have a lot of great perks. You have a great community over there. So tell us more specifically about that.
Well, the business in itself we like to term ourselves a flexible workspace. Some of our competitors will still use the term co-working, and it's really more than co-working. It's more than just
Yeah.
the desk,
Yeah, agreed.
and some Wi-Fi and OK coffee.
Hmm.
It's the facility itself. We've grown since we started in 2019. We're now 16,600 plus square feet.
Wow.
It has 54 offices, and they range from one person all the way up to 8-person
Wow.
team rooms. We do have a co-working element with a community desk, as well as dedicated desks. So if you're not like, I need to be in 4 walls and
Hmm.
privacy, I want to be out kind of in the element,
Yeah.
and and be social, because I'm working by myself, for myself, or independently for
Hmm.
my company, and they're wherever in the world.
Yeah.
Welcome to the world we live in
Exactly.
now.
Yep.
They have that communal aspect. The space is wrapped in high-speed Wi-Fi, and we have additional phone rooms. So if somebody does need some privacy for a call
Mm-hmm.
or a Zoom or something like that, um, they're available. We have a 2,000 square foot members lounge,
It's
and I'm
beautiful.
eyeing these chairs, and I want
I
to
know.
bring these chairs
They're
in.
beautiful,
These are
right?
because these would fit in
They
nicely
would
with
fit
the
in
rest
nicely
of
to your
our
lounge.
space
Yeah.
there. But we've got all the all the creature features that you need. The high-speed Wi-Fi. We have additional monitors, so if you come in for the day and you're like, I got to look at this spreadsheet, and I'm on this tiny little laptop
Yeah.
monitor for the day. My eyes are killing me. Like, grab a
Use a
monitor
monitor.
here.
That's fantastic.
Somebody's this. I don't have this. Or do you have that? We act as an extension, to someone's office, or more as like a concierge, an office
Right.
concierge. So if they're like, oh, I've got to do this or I've got to do that, we're willing to help.
That's
And I
amazing.
have capable hands.
Yep.
I have two great people on staff with us, and they're very well versed in managing the workspace
That's
in
great.
itself. But back to the space, in addition to all of that in the offices, we have 4 private meeting rooms.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're a member or even not a member, and you're like, I need a meeting room for 2 people, 4 people,
Yeah.
10 people, um, and I need a monitor and a whiteboard and Wi-Fi and this and that. Oh, you
It's
walk
right
in,
there.
plug and go.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
beautiful. It's a beautiful space.
Yeah.
Yeah. I really enjoy
Yeah.
it.
And then with our addition that we put in 2022, with thanks to the MEDC
Mm-hmm.
and one of their grant programs and some elbow grease, we
Yeah.
added some additional offices, but we added that 24-person training room,
Yeah. That's great.
which is being utilized very heavily. And
Good.
the usage is actually 70-30. 70% of the usage is non-members.
Oh, wow.
So we have companies in the area that are coming in, and some really good names
Yeah.
that just need the space to bring their teams together. Everyone's remote. They're doing their thing in,
Yeah.
in central or in New England.
Yeah.
And we're a great central
You
location,
are
easy off
the highway.
easy off the highway,
Yep.
plenty of places to eat right
Yep.
and stay nearby, because Marlborough has
Yep.
got so many hotels,
Yes.
which is
Exactly.
fantastic,
Yeah.
and everything else that goes along with it, and it dovetails in nicely. So they'll come in and make use of the space, and we can even do it. In fact, I've got one company, they're trilingual, and they're doing CPR and other life-saving training classes. And the instructor is trilingual because, well, welcome to the area,
Yeah.
English, Spanish, and Brazilian Portuguese
Sure.
speaking.
Sure.
He conducts the class, and I've sat there, and it's like, okay, I'm learning a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just, buffering up on my Spanish, but also getting some Brazilian Portuguese in there, and I listen in a little bit. But he's teaching all of that right in that space.
That's great.
And he's a non-member. He's there twice a month.
It's
on
good
the
revenue
weekend.
source.
It's a great revenue source. It's a great ad. I look at it more as it's a great asset for the community.
Sure. Sure.
Because somebody's like, I need to run my business, but I can't afford, a 2, 3, 5-year lease and,
Yeah.
1,000 square feet
Yep.
and furniture and paint and internet and,
All the things that come with the
all
overhead.
problems that
Yes.
create the overhead, everything that
Yes.
creates that
I know
overhead.
I've had multiple conversations with Jessica Page
Mhm.
over this exactly, and she's happy to have landed. She's with you, right?
She is. Yeah,
Yes.
actually,
That's what I thought. Yeah.
we're basically like 2 doors down from each other.
Yeah.
She's making great use of the space.
Yes. She is.
We've got 2 notaries on staff, and we
Mhm.
do provide witness services as well.
That's great.
So and Jess, if people don't know, she's an
She's an
attorney.
attorney. Yes.
She does estate planning for the most part.
Yeah.
So signing wills and power of attorneys and all those docs that you unfortunately need to have.
You need to have other
Um,
people. Yeah.
Part of the process is that, and her as a lawyer, she can't witness or notarize those
Right.
documents because she prepared them. So there's like a conflict of interest issue there.
Yeah.
We do that for her as
Yeah.
part of the service that she has. And even before she was a member, she was just coming in. She's like, look, I need a meeting room for this time on this day
Mhm.
with these people are coming in, and we're going to need a notary and a witness.
And I think that's amazing to note about you is that people can grow with you, right? Like she went from, like you said, just I need a room and a
Mhm.
body to, her business is going gangbusters right now.
Yeah,
So,
she's
and then
talking about adding a staffer.
yes,
So
absolutely.
and bringing in a paralegal to do
Yeah.
that side of the business, that so she can grow her, her whole business and focus on the bigger picture stuff,
Yeah.
which is amazing. And she's not our only success
No,
story.
sure.
And I look to say is we have a small little piece of their success stories for in a
Sure.
lot of cases because we took that, you know, that one piece of their business that's not in, their forte. It's not
Mm-hmm.
necessarily their focus or where their expertise is,
Right.
and it's where ours is. And we've been able to eliminate that from them,
Yeah.
not only on the cost side, but on the timing side, the stress and everything that goes
Mm-hmm.
along with it. And we've given companies the opportunity to grow. And I could name several that
Sure.
have, really, really done an amazing job. Some of them, I think, right now, just in conversations with business owners and CEOs that are in our workspace, I think the magic number is just short of $50 million
Wow.
in seed A round or B round
Wow.
funding that has come through
Oh,
to businesses through our front door.
yeah.
Not because they're there, but
It helps. It
they're
absolutely
they're
helps with
there and they've
reps.
had the ability to grow, focus on their business, and be successful. And one company, and as a matter of fact, they whispered, he says, we're going to get bought in the next 6 months. It's
Yeah.
in discussion. And it was just two guys that started out, and the number is astronomical. They've been with
Crazy.
us for 5 years,
That's awesome.
almost from the start. And I was like, this is
Must
such
be so satisfying to be able to see those kind of unicorns come out too and
it
see
it
it
is.
happening. Yeah.
It is, yeah.
Yeah. You did play a part. I think you played a substantial part in that.
To some
Because I
extent. I
think,
won't.
because for a lot of startups and stuff like that, overhead is so daunting for entrepreneurs and stuff. So I think,
Mhm.
just taking that off their shoulders, to your point, is tremendous.
Well, taking that stress off and adding legitimacy.
Yes,
Uh,
exactly. Yes.
you're,
Yes.
and we have like our product range starts from if you're a business and you just need a mailbox to
Mm-hmm.
start so that you can go and form your LLC or whatever form of corporation you are and get that corporate
Mm-hmm.
bank account and get onto Google Business and
Right.
get verified there and grow your business from that side. We start there.
That's great.
And we start at such a low price point. I mean, you're like $50 a month
Yeah.
to
And you get the
create a business.
legitimacy.
And here's a number you're going to find staggering. We have nearly 400 businesses that operate out of our address.
Wow. Wow.
And most of those businesses weren't in business in Marlborough.
Wow.
So
So you become like a hub.
we're a bit of a hub. And
Yeah.
that's why you and I talk a lot. And
Yeah.
that's why Meredith Harris and I from the MEDC
Sure.
speak often as well, because we're a conduit here
Yes, you are for
for the
business.
city
Absolutely.
on new businesses.
Yes.
And, Mayor Vivian, when he was here, and now Christian,
Yeah.
it's all going the same.
Yeah. It's
We're,
fantastic.
we're an asset to the city now.
You are.
We're not going anywhere.
Good.
Good,
Good.
we're
Because I
not.
would hate to see that. So you better not go anywhere. Ryan.
Not for years. We have a very good lease,
That's
and we've got
awesome.
a lot of longevity within that space over there in the Apex Center. Maybe some more growth. You never know.
Yeah. That's not a bad thing. I was going to say, what do you see for the future?
Well, in that location right now, we're kind of
You're tight, right?
we're tight.
Yeah.
There is no more space in the building available right now. And in order for us to operate really well and be as hands-on as we are, it needs to be contiguous space. So,
Sure.
if something happens somewhere inside of that building and we can get our hands on it, we'll
You'll do that.
definitely we'll do that. We did that back in 2022
Yeah.
by adding the training room and the suite
Mm-hmm.
of suites and additional phone room, which has come in huge for us.
Great. Yeah.
And we would do that. Other locations, that's all TBD.
Yeah.
But we're a franchise, so if somebody was to say, "Hey, I found this great location, it's in this town, please not across the street from
Yeah.
me."
Exactly.
Not that you
Preferably.
can, but if it's in this location here and it's it would work well, the franchise would be more than eager to have a conversation with
Yeah.
somebody to do that.
Interesting.
Um,
Yeah.
And in fact, kind of segue into, I act as a liaison in some cases, and a little bit of an advice coach
Mm-hmm.
to people that
Yeah.
are looking at that way. In fact, I was just 2 weeks ago, I was recognized with an award from the
Yes, you were.
franchise,
Yeah.
which was,
Fantastic.
the Humanitarian of the Year award. And basically, I've never said no to somebody saying, I'm interested in opening a location.
Yeah.
What's it take? what's what do the numbers look like? How is this a good location? Would this be
Mm-hmm.
successful? And so on and so forth. And that's not just centric to here. I've had that conversation. I think the numbers are around a dozen
Okay.
new franchisees.
Okay.
Venture X as a whole, there's over 70 locations worldwide. We're in 10, 11 countries, something like that.
Wow.
Every time I blink, there's a
There's
new
another one.
location. There's
Yeah.
another one.
That's a good thing to
Over 50
happen.
locations in the U.S.
Wow. Yeah.
Our closest is in Worcester. And then we're peppered down the East Coast, Denver, Colorado, of
Wow.
course, San Diego, Texas, and everywhere else. It's growing.
That's
And then we
great.
have 2 sister franchise location businesses as well. So as a whole, all 3, we piled together, and we're in the vast co-working network.
That's great.
And we all we compete to some degree, but we all complement each other.
Yeah.
So there's other
So it
business.
works. It's one
Yeah.
big portfolio
Yeah.
of businesses. That's great.
Exactly.
Anything else that we didn't cover that you think would be good for people to know at home about Venture X or about yourself?
Well, I mean, for the business itself,
Yeah.
we've got an open door policy. Somebody wants to come through and,
It's great.
have a look at the space, see if it's something that might help them in their business
Mm-hmm.
or even them personally. That mailbox service that we offer there, we do it for personal as well.
Awesome.
So if you travel a bit, you're getting a lot of packages, and you have that unfortunate porch pirate problem
Yeah.
right now that
Yes. Yeah.
some people have. Everybody thinks it's on their front step. It's for free.
Yeah.
We do that service as
It's
well.
great.
We just got a new coffee machine.
Fantastic.
You have to be by. We had a great one, and we changed, and this one is even better.
It's even better.
Oh my God. It's better coffee, the better products that go in it,
Oh, awesome.
cappuccinos, cafe au latte.
It's definitely a perk of being a member over there.
Oh my God. I get hopped up on caffeine about this time of the day. Usually I'm being told to have a glass of water and back off.
Settle down.
Settle down.
Settle down, Ryan.
Um,
Well, tell people the website where they can, the address again, things like that, so that they're in tune with that.
Oh, sure, of course. Our web address is venturex.com. And then once you get in there, you'll see all of the locations, and then you can drill into the Marlborough location from there. You can also find us on Google. Just search Venture X Marlborough.
Okay.
We'll pop right up, and then I'll get you to our products and services pages from there. Our address is 11 Apex Drive.
Can't miss it.
Can't miss it.
Can't miss it. Right.
We're
up
in the
highway.
building that has the Venture X sign on the front. That's
Yep.
been there since late 2018.
Fantastic.
Yeah, it's a great space.
It really is a great space. And Ryan, I just want to thank you so much for being here with me today, because you really have truly created a community space. And I love the stories that come out of it as well, like the people who are launching and things like that out of your space, because they couldn't have done it without you.
Well, they
They
probably
maybe
could
could have,
Maybe
but I
could
don't.
have.
I'm gonna say that they couldn't.
They wouldn't have done it in a nice of a space as we do.
Exactly. And I enjoy that. So thank you again for joining us today, Ryan. And for those of you at home, please help spread the word about this great local business, and don't forget to shop local. I'll see you next time. Take care.